Welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Radio guy Dr. Mike Prince. We have on the line with us head football coach Bubba Mcdowell. Coach, how you doing today, my man?
I'm good, Mike. I'm good. Blessed to be alive. Blessed to be alive.
Sir. Yes, sir. Blessed to be alive, and we thrive and avoided the touches of the devil last week. What a game, man.
Yeah, what a game. What a game. Yeah, it came down, last-minute drive, man. And kids stuck together, man, said they were going to do it, and they did it, Was it something that we would like to have happen? Absolutely not. Should have happened? Absolutely not, But again, we had opportunities during the course of that game to blow it out. But again, we kind of stuck ourselves in the foot once again. Big plays, offense and defensively, which we got to figure out how not to do. As I was telling the guys, preaching to them all week, dude, we're so freaking close, but we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot because we get a penalty here after a big play, get a penalty here after 3rd and 3. So those little things at some point has to stop in order for us to be, as good as we can be.
Well, is that the mark that you still, even though we're late in the season, how young your team is and the experience?
It is, Mike. But again, I get it, and I tell them that as well. But still, at some point, you as a player, and I'm just saying, just speaking as a player, a guy that has been a part of, many championships, great organizations. You got to figure it out at some point. It's me. So what do I need to do individually to stop that? Again, and to me, all it is just being aware of the situation at that particular time. We need a 3rd down, boom, swing it out the tongue, hit 15, 20 on, we got the 1st down, boom. Now all of a sudden we're holding, so it's little things like that. 3rd and 13, 3rd and 10. Dude, we're getting them off the field. We've been playing great defense all game. Boom. And why are you holding? Dude, you got 2 hands on the dude. You think they're not going to call that? So it's little things like that. They have to take ownership of it. Because, again, at the end of the day, we're not out there playing for these dudes. We only can put them in position to make these plays. And, again, praying and hoping that they make them, to where it doesn't come back and haunt us. But, of course, it happened during the course of that game, several times. And the fact that, we dropped some balls, man. Shoot, we had 5 running down the sideline by himself in that 4th quarter. Jaden didn't see him. Threw it out of bounds, and shoot, Albert Thomas wide open. Shoot, probably would have either scored or at least took it to the 5, and he dropped the ball wide open by himself. So little things like that, Mike, that's on you as a player. You got to figure out how not to let that happen. I got to be that guy. You got to want to catch it. You got to want to make that stop defensively. You got to want to make that block offensively in order for us to be as good as we can be. Because, again, it's not like we don't have the drives going or making those good plays, but shoot, we do, then we just shoot ourselves in the foot.
With that being said, and I know we can safely say we're not where we projected that we would be at this mark of the year. Right. In spite of all of that, what good have you seen develop from this team from point A to where you are now? Have you seen any good at all?
Oh, a lot of good, man, because they're hanging in there. They playing together. And, again, a prime example, shoot, it's at this crunch time, and they know that we had to go down and score, man, and shoot, they building each other up, being positive on the sideline, and shoot, and that played a key role. I mean, guys, the O-line, who everybody says, is our, is not as good as it should be because they're young and inexperienced. But God, they made some blocks down that stretch, to open that hole up for Lamonji, man, and who he himself, saw that crack and hit it and ran hard, and those are the type of things they learning and riding each other back, man, to holding each other accountable to make plays like that happen when it counts. Of course, everybody would love to get to a situation where we want to blow them out and all that, but when it comes to nuts crunch time like that, who's going to show up? And that's basically what we was asking these guys to do, and they did it, man. They did just enough, put us in position and score. And Jaden, he himself, like, oh no, we're gonna go down, we're gonna do it, coach. We got it. Even though he screwed up a couple of plays before that, but again, just them coming together as one unit. encouraging one another, good things like that going to happen. Because again, they're athletic, but now they just got to make sure that that we make that play.
Absolutely, because normally in situations like that, one or two things are going to happen. Guys are going to start pressing to do a little bit more than what they would normally be doing, or then you're going to have guys that rise up. In some cases, it's guys that you didn't think would be the one to rise up. It's kind of like you're focused on, okay, this is my go-to guy. Then when the go-to moment comes, some of them lock up. Some of them we try to make them have it, but you can't make anyone have that it factor. And I think you know what I'm talking about when I say that it factor, that you don't have to remind them. They're reminding you to help remind them of what's going on. And it's almost like that extension of the coaching staff on the field. Have you seen any guys develop and rise up under these adverse conditions?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're talking about Chunky, Brooks, again, we put him in at the right time, we knew that he loved, that he could run the screens, and we did a great job of using him at that particular time instead of using one of his normal backs, again. And we tell him that all the time, man. This is why you have to be ready, because you never know when that time comes. And when that time comes and it's your moment, what are you going to do with it?
And start seizing that opportunity. Well, we're going to have one heck of opportunity coming up this weekend against FAMU. They're doing a lot of things good, Coach. It seems like the momentum of who they really are is starting to rise, and we happen to be the next person in line for them. What are you seeing as some keys for this victory, and what are the strengths that you see you matching up well to try and take advantage of?
Again, I mean, they're a good team. I mean, they're good in all phases of football, as we call it. Again, offensively, defensively, and all the special teams unit as well. So now for us, again, it's just going out, and taking care of business. Again, we use that word quite a bit, and it's about you doing your job. We get out there and do our job, and again, not shoot ourselves in the foot when we have that opportunity, or just made a great play, and then not having it come back, or not having to get off that field on third down when we had them stop. That's going to be key. That's going to be big. And again, it's not like we haven't been in position to stop and do that, not do that. But again, we have. We just got to be able to make it happen, get off that field on third down, and more importantly, we got to win the third down battles on and off the field, on defense and offense, if that makes sense. Because again, we're going up against a good team that don't make a lot of mistakes, and we got to be just as good as they are as far as not making mistakes, to give ourselves a chance, to make the big plays. We can make them. There's no question about it. But for a team like this, who's, again, like you said, is playing on all cylinders right now and doing things well, we got to be just as good as they are down in this game for 4 quarters of football.
Now, do you have a preference of, if you could win the flip, do you prefer to be on offense or defense, and if so, why?
I always like to go defense first, because again, I just want to see what I know kind of defense we have, and again, putting them out there first is at the beginning of the game just kind of lets me know where we are, where we're going to be at pretty much for the rest of the game when I say defensively. And then, again, offensive, because we struggle a little bit here and there, if we are behind, now we can come out of second half, and hopefully get a drive going.
Okay, so you want that defense to set that tone for you.
Pretty much, yeah. Because then when you say defense, now you got, you're kicking off. So hopefully, as you say, set the tone. You will set that tone with that kickoff unit.
Okay, very good. So, we got this kickoff. This is next to the last home game, Coach. What's your message to PV Nation, man, as we get ready to, try to get settled in for this weekend?
again, just come on out and support these guys, man. Support us, man. Again, like I said, we're playing some good football down the stretch right now. We're winning. We're not playing our best, but again, it's coming. It's coming, and again, as I've said during homecoming weekend, when we see the fans up in the stands like they were, homecoming, and cheering these young men on, again, it makes a big difference. Seeing their fan base up there. They get going when they see guys, ladies, everybody cheering for them, out there on that field.
Right, it does make a difference. As I said, membership has its privileges. The Panthers hosting the Rattlers this coming weekend. Of course, we'll have that game here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network to help call the victory call for the Panthers. Look, just playing home record is part of the year, huh, Coach?
Yeah, man, we got to. Yeah, again, like I said, we're winning. We're on that. We're talking about winning the second half of the season, and we're doing that right now. So we just got to stay on that path, to making it happen by doing things better, throughout the course of the game, each and every quarter, each and every play.
Yes, sir. Well, come on out, ladies and gentlemen, support the Panthers. Coach Bubba McDowell and the Panthers protected the home turf on the Hill, 2 p.m. Central Time at Blackshear Field Stadium, of course, Panther Stadium at Blackshear Field. So for right now, Coach, we want to thank you for joining in with us, man. Remind everyone, let's get out here and do our thing. And